It is almost like you're slowly diving into the mind of someone going insane. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Molly, and in this video I am going to be listening to the self-titled album from the band Coal Chamber. Now Coal Chamber is a brand new band for me. I'm not familiar at all with their music. I've never heard anything from them. I don't even know what genre really their music is, but a handful of you kept suggesting this album to me in the comments, and this is the band's debut album that they released in 1997. So yeah, I'm just very intrigued to hear it and see what I'm going to think of Coal Chamber. Alright, getting this album started is track 1 called Loco. Okay, now we've got this surge of punchiness coming in. There's such a snarliness to his voice. It's almost like a dog barking. I love how sharp this chorus is, and then when that distorted guitar tone comes in, it's like it smooths out. It's like they stretch it out almost, and it has this really dissipated quality. Well, that was track 1, Loco. So much punchiness, but I loved how they interjected these moments of almost a level of suspense, like that song was building up to something. It kind of had these lulls almost, where they would stop the punchiness and it would kind of take on this creepy tonal quality. His vocals too, the way he was just spitting out the word loco on the chorus, just so much power behind his voice. But I'm going to move on to track 2, which is called Bradley. Definitely getting a Korn vibe with this bass coming through.
Name sounds so familiar. So these letters are driving me crazy. Remember Bradley, so familiar. You're making me so angry.
The vocals just go from 0 to 100 out of nowhere. Like, do they have 2 vocalists? I can't tell.
My life is mine, it's mine. I want it back. Making me so
That was track 2, Bradley. I thought it was interesting how he was saying these letters are driving me crazy, and then the first track was called Loco, which is crazy in Spanish. And toward the end of that one too, it was almost like this voice in your head with those whispered vocals. It kind of had that quality, and just a lot of dynamics on these first 2 songs so far anyway. They go from these really quiet, sort of haunted, pulled in portions, and then they just kind of scream out the vocals all of a sudden. Alright, moving on to track 3 is Oddity. Just heard like this really faint laughing in the background. It is almost like you're slowly diving into the mind of someone going insane. There's something so streamlined about this song. It has this really great flow to it, even though it's bringing so much heaviness too at times. It's like they're keeping this momentum going throughout the whole thing.
It's got to be
That was track 3, Oddity. I loved the bass on that one. It had a fantastic tone to it and it was just really shining through. And there was this great back and forth to that track. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but they kind of get this rhythm going and it's like the song just sticks to that. And even though it's very heavy music that you're listening to, there's something almost catchy about it. I don't know, like a weird upbeat quality to its tone. But I'm going to continue on with track 4, which is called Unspoiled. I love how that guitar tone was so drawn out like that.
Size against divine. It's never been much of your concern.
Man, they're just unleashing everything on this one, huh? And then it falls into this dissipated sounding part that's so pulled in.
Apart again, kill time.
That was track 4, Unspoiled. I love how that one was going back and forth so much. It was reminiscent to me tonally of like dropping stones in a pond. Like the chorus would come in with so much energy, just a surge kind of out of nowhere. And then it would kind of dissipate out and you had that amazing guitar tone. And that back and forth was just so intense. I loved it. But up next is track 5, which is called Big Truck.
Too small, don't compromise. So how fast, too fast. Drive with me.
Yeah, that flow is back with this one. I guess it's that nu metal style, but there's this amazing back and forth. It's like this pocket that these songs fall into, and there is almost like a hip hop style of vocal delivery at times. Is that some sort of distortion they're using on the guitar to make that tone? It's really cool. It's reminiscent of being underwater. That was track 5, Big Truck. That one had more of that punchiness to it, a little bit less of the dissipated, atmospheric, whispered stuff. I like how in the chorus he kept saying move in motion, and there was this amazing sort of crashing quality to that song. It's kind of like it swept you up in its sound, and it was really easy to flow with, if that makes sense. Like I can imagine at a live Coal Chamber concert, that mosh pit must just be going crazy to songs like that. All right, moving on to track 6 is Sway.
The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire.
That's quite the introduction to this song.
Just a little and nothing, now it's over. So hypnotic. Neither up nor down.
Yeah, the dynamics they're using, it's like that song just got turned off for a brief second. That was track 6, Sway. His vocals on the chorus, man, he was just screaming those words out with so much aggression. And the intro to that song too just had this really pulled in menacing quality to it. How he was saying like, let them all burn, don't put water on the fire. Something almost atmospheric about how pulled in that part was. But moving on to track 7 is First.
They wanted as he fell.
Why is there something kind of reminiscent to me about this song and 7 Words by Deftones? I don't know, it keeps reminding me of that track a little bit. I just feel like there's so much simmering energy with this one. I thought the song just ended there, but we still got like 20 seconds left. And then I guess it's just gonna fade out, but that was track 7 first. I loved the atmospheric nature of that one, just so pulled in, so creepy with its tone. It was almost like he was whispering the words, just this really, really pulled in quality. And then they brought that final punch there toward the end. But moving on to track 8 is Maricon Puto, if I'm saying that right. That's a cool percussive element that I'm hearing. Those drums, they've got a unique tone. That was track 8, Maricon Puto. A short little, less than 1 minute long track, kind of ambient with its tone. I don't know, it had this sort of echoey sound. There were all of these instrumentals being played and it was almost like they were bouncing around my headphones. Alright, moving on is track 9, which is called I. There's like this scratchy tone to the guitar. It almost sounds sort of unpolished, like deconstructed in a way. Yeah, this one has me questioning how many vocalists they have again. There's like this more upfront, punchy lead vocal, but then there's kind of this quiet, muffled one in the background too. Yeah, this reminds me of Korn again, how Jonathan Davis will kind of do like that really pulled in thing with his voice. I'm actually getting goosebumps right here just because of how intense those vocals went. My God. And then it just ends like that so suddenly. But that was track 9, I. Fantastic dynamics with that one. Oh, I loved that part there where they pulled it in and he was saying just breathe and that bass was really coming through. And then when he unleashed those vocals there at the end, man, just a flood of energy coming at you. That was amazing. But I'm going to continue on with track 10 called Clock.
Power from my mind, you know the power.
That guitar tone, man, that has such a sharpness to it. It's really cutting through here, like it's very noticeable. I really like how they did that just there, how he was saying his clock time goes by so slow, and they did just slow that track down all of a sudden. It was like you got plunged into this pool of molasses all of a sudden. Well, that was track 10, Clock. Really distorted vocals on that one, noticeably more so than the rest of the tracks on this album so far. It was almost like they were kind of pushed in the background and muffled a little bit, and it was talking about like the fear of time passing. That was kind of the impression that song gave me. And I love how that one slowed down like that. It was kind of mimicking like slowing time down maybe. All right, moving on to track 11 is My Frustration.
Where was I when God had shown? Bound to make a happy home. Lie in bed and sleep will come. The break of day, hold still, just a step away.
Yeah, the vocals are so smooth on these verses, and then on the chorus there's almost a more raspy quality to them. I can't tell if it's two different people or not.
Again, I could have come up with the enemy. Oh, stay, just a step away.
I love this little tone from the guitar too. There's like a flash of it on the chorus there.
Don't fly away. I could just take a second, but there's nothing for me to find. The break of day, oh, stay.
Yeah, that guitar, that's my favorite part of this song. It has like this weird bright and shininess to its sound. It's such a contrast to the heaviness of the vocals. That was track 11, My Frustration. There was such an urgency to that song. It did a great job of building up there to the chorus. Like on the verses, he kind of kept his voice a bit pulled in. It had a really clear tone to it. And then on that chorus, the punchiness would come out and all of that energy would surge out around you. And a lot of little things they were sprinkling in with the instrumentals, just little quirky noises here and there. It made that song really entertaining to listen to. But up next is track 12 called Amir of the Desert.
I am Amir of the desert.
That was track 12, Amir of the Desert. I don't really know what the point of that track was, to be completely honest. It was another less than a minute long one, so kind of just like a fun little break, I guess, on this album. Again, something kind of muffled about it. It was like the percussion and everything was kind of far off in the distance. Even the vocals had that quality. But moving on is track 13 called Dreamtime. Yeah, again with all this distortion, it's like that song got turned off and I only heard it on the right side of my headphones. I love these drums. They have such a strong, echoey, empty quality to their sound. That was track 13, Dreamtime. Something very breathy, almost whispered again about the vocal delivery. Like at the very end there, how he said Dreamtime right before the song ended. Just a very ominous, haunted tone to that one. And they brought a little bit of that energy there toward the very end, but overall that track they kept very restrained. And I love how it had that sort of muffledness to it. It's almost like a murkiness that this album is really embracing at times. All right, moving on to the final song on Cold Chamber is track 14 called Pig. Alright, I guess they decided to go very literal with the track name, huh?
Lost and lonely, your colors surround me. Pig, 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 pig.
Alright, sudden switch up there with the speed of this song, that's for sure.
Don't you see I'm set free? Don't you see I'm set free? I'm set free.
Okay, so that track clearly just ended, but we're only at the 3.5 minute mark, and this track is 8.5 minutes long. So that must mean there's a hidden thing at the end.
Come to my camel, I trade you 2 pigs for a camel. The whole band has changed now.
I'm Amir, I'm living in this fear.
Now it almost sounds like them jamming like a demo or having a rehearsal session in a studio.
You're recording that? Ah, you fucking puto.
In the shadows where we play.
Well, that was track 14, Pig. I thought it was so funny how they incorporated like pig squeals and pig sounding vocal deliveries in that, especially at the beginning of that track, and how that song would completely change up on the chorus too. I just thought was so much fun. It just really threw me when I was listening to it, very unexpected. And then we had like a chunk of silence, and then toward the end there with all of those noises, it kind of just sounded like the band rehearsing in the studio together and kind of conversing and joking around with each other. Well, that is going to conclude my reaction to the debut self-titled album from the band Coal Chamber. This was such a wild introduction to their music. I really didn't know what to expect going into hearing Coal Chamber for the first time, and this album brought so much punchiness, a definite nu metal style, which I really enjoyed. The first track, Loco, was definitely a favorite. That one, his vocal delivery was just insane on the chorus when he would scream out Loco. I also really liked track 4, Unspoiled. That one had a very pulled in, sort of ominous tone to it, a little bit more atmospheric, but certainly an entertaining record. This one had a lot of fun moments for me, and definitely let me know in the comments if you want me to hear any more of Coal Chamber's albums. And yeah, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.